it looks like we are expecting some afternoon thunderstorms here.
Yeah, we're already seeing some of those storms popping up in northern and western New Mexico and areas that really need the rainfall and thorough. Some thunderstorms popping up with some lightning strikes, and just to your southwest of Grants, more thunderstorms starting to form. They'll become more widespread throughout the day today. Even a couple of storms just began to form in the southern parts of the Jemez Mountains. More of those storms as well to the south of Crown Point, also near Neshiti to the northwest, and more of those storms forming to the north of Laguna in the San Mateo Mountains. So a bit of an active afternoon starting to form. You can see the cumulonimbus clouds forming in the southern Jemez Mountains out there. White Rock 70 degrees and a 58% relative humidity value. So it's mild and a little bit humid out there. You can see the green color symbolizing the humid weather on this humidity map from Gallup all the way through Clayton. Some fog earlier in Angel Fire. Now we're starting to see some big clouds forming, as well as in even parts of the northeast slopes of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Meanwhile, from Socorro to the south, a much drier air mass, so stormier and cooler to the north, sunnier in some areas, even hotter in southern New Mexico today. There are those storms popping up as well in the San Juan Mountains to the north of Durango. We'll see some of those storms getting closer to Farmington, much needed rainfall, as well as more thunderstorms starting to form along the east slopes of, again, the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. 70 in Alamosa, 77 right now in Santa Fe, 81 in Albuquerque, 91 Roswell and Carlsbad, 89 in Deming. It's going to heat up. 83 in the Reserve, 83 Tucumcari, and 80 in Farmington. Will be heating up for many, especially south of I-40 in the 90s. Ruidoso in the upper 70s. Will be reaching the upper 80s. Santa Rosa, high 60s, low 70s. That's it in places like Raton because of a good chance of storms later in the day. Farmington, upper 80s, and will be in the 80s throughout much of western New Mexico. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a slight chance of some flash flooding from the Jemez Mountains all the way through the northeast highlands. And that does include areas under a flash flood watch around the Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon area, all the way through Mosquito and Tucumcari. And we're going to be seeing the potential of hail in some of these areas under a flash flood watch. So please get away from low-lying areas. Thunderstorms are imminent in some of those areas, already starting to form in the Jemez Mountains. With our monsoon meter, 7 out of 10, storms will move to the east and southeast, especially in northern and western areas of the Land of Enchantment. Again, we're already starting to see the storms popping up, and more of those storms will drag to the east-southeast, especially around Santa Rosa and eventually near Raton, Tucumcari, Santa Rosa. Some of those areas may get not only heavy rain, but hail, strong winds. Pop-up storms in the Gila National Forest toward Albuquerque will elongate into a linear chance of showers and rumbles of thunder tomorrow morning before more thunderstorms move from southwest to northeast. Around the Hermit's Peak, Calf Canyon, Burn Scar, towards Wagon Mound, and even a training line of storms near Farmington may produce some flooding concerns, with that high pressure then moving back to the west in southern New Mexico, kind of going back and forth in southern and eastern New Mexico the next few days, producing more chances of rainfall throughout the center and eastern parts of the Land of Enchantment. So we'll be wet as we head throughout the remainder of the week from Gallup all the way through Durango, Santa Fe, Las Vegas, Raton. Additional rainfall amounts between a ½ an inch and 2 inches. Some rainfall as well in Ruidoso. Yeah, much needed rainfall in places like Farmington. And places like Albuquerque, again, you're going to see those temperatures drop eventually in the low 80s. And then we'll start to heat back up by the end of the week into the weekend before more chances of rainfall as we head into the later parts of the weekend. Meanwhile, in Durango into Farmington, Alamosa, all the way through Gallup and Grants, temperatures will be dropping. So the warmest of the week likely today, and then again we'll see more of those storms, which we're already starting to see become more widespread throughout the remainder of the week. Camado, Silver City, Alamogordo, when thunder roars go indoors, we'll have to watch out for that in the Gila National Forest. In southeast New Mexico, mostly sunny from Cloudcroft to Ruidoso, Roswell as well. That will change toward the middle parts of the week. Capilene, Mora, Las Vegas, Santa Rosa. Wet weather, including eventually near Tucumcari. It's been a very wet monsoon. Red River, Santa Fe, Los Alamos, thunderstorms plentiful today, very widespread for tomorrow. Moriarty, Cedar Crest, Tijeras. By the way, after those storms, East Canyon winds will pick up tomorrow morning from the north to south valley of Albuquerque, partly to mostly sunny Rio Rancho. By the middle of the week, temperatures are going to start to drop.
All right, much needed moisture.
Yeah, we'll take it, and the drop in temperatures as well.
All right, thanks, Ryan.